Okay, now I'm gonna be doing a review on the new X-Men movie that I just got done seeing in the theaters. Now, this movie, I was sort of interested in it. Now, I'm not a really big fan of the X-Men movies, but some of them I kind of enjoyed watching in the past, but this movie, I kind of actually enjoyed the movie. Like, if you're not a really big X-Men fan, then you probably might not really care for it. But if you really like the X-Men movies, then chances are you'll probably go into this movie enjoying it. And I wouldn't really say it's worth seeing in the theaters, but unless if you're like a fan of the movie, if not, then it's probably worth like buying for a cheap price or even a rental. But this movie sort of got mixed reviews from like the critics, and mainly it seems like the fans of the movie tend to like give this movie better reviews. So I wasn't really too sure, but I would say this movie, I actually liked Batman v Superman more than the new X-Men movie. And this movie, it's not really one of the greatest superhero movies I've seen so far this year. And I think both Captain America Civil War and Batman v Superman were two better films. So that's not really something all too great. But I do think that Batman v Superman is underrated. But I think some of the action in X-Men Apocalypse were pretty damn good. I thought, there were some good, funny, humorous parts in the movie that I sort of thought were funny. This movie, it's sort of like a movie that is sort of like a popcorn type of movie, something maybe worth seeing in theaters mainly for the action scenes. But other than that, it's not really worth seeing in the theaters. But I kind of liked how this movie had both some good character development and also action. So that's something that it was good that I liked a lot. But that's sort of the thing that Batman v Superman sort of failed on. But I think that there were some good parts of the new X-Men movie. And even though this movie may not be all too great, there were some parts that I thought were pretty well done. If you're gonna go into this movie, you might be a little disappointed by the film. I know, some of the critics were. I wasn't really too disappointed. Going into this movie, I assumed that I wouldn't really care much for this movie, but I actually sort of liked it a bit more than I was expecting. But yeah, some of the characters in this movie were likable, so that's a good thing. It's not like having bad characters or bad acting to the point where I don't really care about the movie, because that's sort of a good thing the movie sort of didn't have. So that's why I think some of the characters were pretty well done. The character development is a thing I liked about the movie. And I think the acting was good, but at least this movie wasn't like the recent Fantastic Four movie that was horrible. But I was kind of worried this movie would kind of be similar to that movie. But I liked how X-Men, the Apocalypse movie, had good humor in it as well. It wasn't too dark or too serious. And I guess that's about it. I don't really have a whole lot of things to say about this movie, so you can see this movie in the theaters if you want. So I'll rate this movie 3 out of 5 stars, a 6 out of 10 stars. So there it is, X-Men Apocalypse, and I guess that's it. There's the movie ticket, and that's pretty much it. Bye.